There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break, so make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mellow Moments. Now, some people have suggested that in making this show, I have somewhat riffed on or copied Scott Adams, who of course does his simultaneous sip. He's got that whole spiel about grabbing the coffee mug and having a sip of it. And while I was not directly inspired by Scott Adams, it's all right. The world's big enough for two people to drink coffee and have shows based around drinking coffee. Do you know there are other shows based on coffee, like that one with Jerry Seinfeld, comedians in cars drinking coffee? There have been many shows in the history of the world based around drinking coffee. On this show, though, we specifically drink Mellow Birds. So get your hug in a mug, take your buttery sip now, and let's see what's on the box.
And the Muppet Babies will be back again at 8:35 next Saturday morning. In 3/4 of an hour, we'll be throwing open the doors of the Saturday Superstore and welcoming guests Fred Harris and Lenny Henry, while in the music department there'll be Howard Jones and Red Box. But now on BBC One, we've live coverage of the Queen's visit to the...
I have to say, I get a personal comfort from this particular globe with the gold BBC one there. That was the one that I remember from my childhood, and a little bit later on it switches to that there's a different logo. You'll know, we'll see it on subsequent shows, but this is probably my favorite one, the blue globe with gold letters. Yes, that was my BBC logo.
Children's Palace in Canton, introduced by Sue Lawley.
The Queen has gone to China.
Good morning, London. Good afternoon from Canton, here in the south of China, where the Queen is spending the last day of her tour of the People's Republic. And there's great excitement here. Her Majesty has arrived in a courtyard of the Children's Palace. And the children are rushing over to see her. They're so excited that at last she's arrived.
This footage is from 1986, by the way, if you're wondering. Is coffee hitting the spot today?
This is a kind of community centre, a playgroup, a youth club, a scout movement, all rolled into one here. All talented and gifted young children. They come here to learn to dance and sing and play to an extraordinarily high standard. Determined to put on a good show for the Queen today. The Queen's had a wonderful welcome here in Canton. She's been wreathed in smiles.
I mean, I can see Geoffrey Howe is there. So there was obviously some sort of diplomatic mission. Geoffrey Howe was a major member of the Thatcher government, of course. So this was obviously part of a wider state and governmental visit to China.
All morning. She's making her way now across this very joyful courtyard to the Flower Bud Theatre, where there's a wonderful programme awaiting her.
Beautiful, happy, communist Chinese children.
And here inside the theatre, An audience of children applauds as the Queen arrives, the moment they've been waiting for. They've been rehearsing for weeks for this moment. As the Queen arrives with the governor of their province at her side. All the children go forward in front of the Queen.
Where the bloody hell am I? He's thinking, what the hell is this going on? It's all a bit weird, isn't it?
Marvellous welcome. With me here is our man in China, Mark Brain. Mark, do these children know who the Queen is? What would they know about her?
Yes, Sue, I think they do know who the Queen is. They've certainly been told that she is Elisha Bai Our. That's the way the Chinese say Elizabeth II. And that means, literally in Chinese, beautiful, sandy, and white. And they know that she's the Queen of England.
They know also she's very important because she's accompanied by all sorts of important people who they and their parents will know. There's the stage, waiting for what I can promise you is quite a marvellous performance. I was privileged to see the dress rehearsal, and it is quite a feat. I was going to compare it to a school concert, but to be frank, it's rather better than that. They're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, but extremely gifted children. Obviously, the Chinese have chosen to put their best children on show here this afternoon, but even those who are not performing this afternoon, I've heard playing in the classrooms around
I mean, you've hyped it up now, so this better be bloody good.
here, and they are just very good at what they do, Mark.
Yes, they certainly are, Sue. They've been training very hard for this, but Chinese children do train very hard for whatever they do, particularly learning the language. They have to learn 2,000, 3,000 characters before they can even write.
And you too would train bloody hard if you had a man with a machine gun. No. I'm sure it wasn't like that in 1986 communist China.
And so they're used to learning things by rote, and they use the way they learn for learning instruments and for learning to do things on stage, and they're very good.
I'm reliably informed that this is a performance to welcome Her Majesty the Queen.
And now it begins.
Well, I have to say, based on the announcement from that girl, this is not very promising.
First is a dance called Our Little World, a dance about the children's little world, full of joy and happiness and flowers to welcome the Queen.
Oh, God. What's racket? Oh, terrible racket. This is rubbish. You're saying like, oh yeah, these are the best that China has to offer. I mean, this is what? Oh dear. Flew our queen all the way over there for this rubbish. I'd have been insulted if I was her. Is that It's a Small World? You know, the Disney ride. They're literally dancing to a noisy version of It's a Small World, and they thought that would be fitting for the Queen, did they? Shouldn't complain. This is Mellow Moments. I hope you're enjoying it. Hooah.
Lovely
Hooah.
welcome there for the Queen. I'm told the governor saw this dress rehearsal and there were no flowers in that particular dance. And he said, where are the flowers? Where are the flowers? We need flowers to welcome the monarch.
Crap. Absolute rubbish. Let's see if there's anything else. See if I got a short one to in my bag of tricks here. Let's see what's on here. Just missed an episode of Thomas.
Selfridges winter sale starts Friday the 28th, 9 a.m. Open Thursday till 8.
Courage, mon ami, courage. What's this? Snow?
Oh, his video's on the blink.
Why don't he get it fixed?
Well, he bought it. Now he's waiting for the repairman to turn up.
Should have gone to radio rentals.
Do you remember the days of the TV repairman? I remember our TV repairman was a really, really, really fat guy. I'm talking like 30, 35 stone plus. He was massive. And when he, we only had him around a few times, but when he bent down to fix the television or whatever it was, you could see, like, he had a build as you could see all his ass basically. Really huge guy. And just the sight of that guy fiddling around with his video player reminded me of him. We had a nickname for him, but can't. In Wales, everybody gets a nickname based on their job. And this particular guy, I mean, I don't think I'll be doxing him. He's pretty long gone anyway, given the size he was. His name was Cliff, so everybody called him Cliff TV. So if you're watching, Cliff, I hope you've lost a bit of weight, son. But thanks for fixing our TV back in the day.
Should have gone to radio rentals. They usually send round a bloke the same day. I can't work in these conditions.
Fancy a pint?
Now you're talking.
Radio rentals. You'll be glued to our sets, not stuck with them.
Yes, Ward's Construction will pay up to £100,000 per acre for land suitable for building fine homes in central urban and village areas. If you, a neighbour or friends between you have an acre to turn into hard cash, phone Ward's Construction, established for 50 years, for full details now.
Not a bad deal. Quattro.
Ready, Brexcon. Nutty.
I would like to buy a silly bed.
I'm sorry, madam. We only sell sensible beds here. Sealy Posturepedic.
Oh, it's Rodney. Look, it was Rodney, also known as Gary Sparrow from Good Night, Sweetheart.
These sensible prices in the Alders and Odding and Hobbs sale.
At 10:35, the Christmas morning service from St George's Chapel in Windsor. But now it's Emu at Christmas.
The voice. I've never seen the voice of the man. That's incredible. I've never. Did you ever see the voice? That was him. The voiceover for all those years. Wow. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was another mellow moment. I'll be back tomorrow and every morning after for another mellow moment.
There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break, so make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. mellow birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.